welcome to How to Level Up in Standard with Rogue. So, I managed to get gold legendary Finley, which is pretty handy. So, I thought I'd make this deck. This deck is pretty cool, mainly because you've got this Swift Scale Trickster directly into Smokescreen. So, the ideal play is that you want to have Snowfall Graveyard out, and then you do the Trickster into Smokescreen. So, that can get you like as long as you hit the naval mines, that's pretty good. In general, if you get the naval mines in your hand, this is like a completely new archetype, I think. Like I'm trying to think of anything in the past that was quite like this. The only thing that is similar, I guess, is the bomb warrior. But obviously, with the whole like dredge and the uh, putting stuff at the bottom of your deck mechanic, that is like a kind of it's just like a new way of doing it. In general, like it's kind of like an interesting deck to play. There's a lot of card draw, uh, but you don't like, for instance, with the I guess with reconnaissance. If you're taking a lot of damage, you can take. There's that I think it's called Light Shower Elemental, the one that restores 6. So the general thing that you want to do there is Forsaken Lieutenant is very important, or Lieutenant, another way to pronounce it. But basically, like, yeah, you can play this, and then you can play Naval Mine. That will do 8 damage, right? If you have Graveyard on board, so you can imagine something like that, right? That's a good way to look at it. Like 16 damage, right? Play this, then play this. You can backstab this. You can run that in, and then you've got 16 damage. So you actually really don't need much to do like a lot of damage, and that is sort of where the deck excels. Stuff like this is like you're trying to get it off Smokescreen. You won't normally get to play it. It's unlikely you'll be able to find a. This card is probably one that might actually change in terms of like future updates with more death rattle minions, but you're unlikely to manage to play this. I guess you could, but you see, if you only have 2, it means you probably won't be able to guarantee 100% this will go face. The other card as well. Now I think about it, which will the other important thing. This obviously is designed to draw the naval mine here. And it also synergizes with the Snowfall Graveyard. This normally want to get that as well. There's that priest card, the 4/3, it just 3 damage to the enemy hero, also useful. Use this. Normally, you're going to want to use this on enemy minions. Sprint. Sprint is useful. You can use sprint with the trickster as well if you haven't got Smokescreen. The good thing about Finley, obviously, is it keeps the same amount of cards. So if you pull a load of cards, you really don't have anything. You can still play that. Sometimes, like a good way to look at Finley is play the cards. If you've got some cheap cards that you just want to put out there, let's say you have a prep, and you say you like 10 cards, 2 of them are prep and the graveyard. You could do that. You could play 2 mana. You've got the graveyard on board, or you might want to. It depends how late you are. Obviously, mana is it's a big deal because decks can. The thing is, like, the game can end fairly quickly, but if you're playing a control deck, it might not end quickly, so you will be able to take advantage of that. If you've got a big hand, you can basically swap out your hand, but you really need to maximize the use of this. All right, it's not really worth. Often, it's not really worth just to play this on 3, because then you automatically lose a turn. It's much better if you can combo it. The other thing as well is remember that this has got stealth, so you can sometimes play this early. And like, yeah, I mean, honestly, there's not that much at the moment I'm noticing where people are going to be able to, like, yeah, people can't really get rid of this card. There's not much good like anti-stealth stuff, so putting it down on the board is a lot of times okay, basically. This is obviously pretty handy to backstab that with Graveyard on board. And yeah, just a really fun deck to play, actually. So, thanks for watching.